So tell me, let me know if this sounds familiar for you. Let's say you decided to buy a new car, right? New, used, whatever it is. So the first thing you have to do then is, right, decide, do I want a car? Do I want an SUV? Do I want a van? Do I want a pickup truck? So you narrow down, let's just say SUV. Now, are you looking for 5-passenger, 7-passenger, newer? How used? How many miles? What color? What about the inside? Do you care what color the inside is? Because I can tell you, right, they make a lot of cars that are beautiful on the outside. Then you see the interior and some moron ordered a car and had it made with red seats. That might be bougie for some areas. That is just ugly for the common guy. Anyway, next thing you got to think about is, how many people am I going to drive every day? How many miles? How good a mileage does it get? Do I want a 4-cylinder, a 4-cylinder turbo, or a 6-cylinder, a 6-cylinder turbo, a big V8? Can I afford the gas in a big V8? Am I going to drive enough that I care? What am I talking about? Options. Too many options. And I think that's where a lot of us get bogged down when we're talking about retirement and retirement planning too. I'm one of those guys that seems to go way too deep when I do research, and I end up finding way too many options, to the point that my wife nicknames me many times when we're talking about specific things. Okay, Mr. Options, I've got enough to think about. And I get it, because when I'm looking for a car, I want to find the best car for the best value for my money. What I'm looking for, what I want to spend, the mileage I want to have, and how nice the cars are going to be. And I think that's what we're all looking for when it comes down to retirement too. We want the best retirement and the best value that the dollars we've worked hard to save or earn or have coming from Social Security, whatever, is going to be worth it. That we're going to get the best retirement life we can have. And I believe, in my opinion, and I'm not a financial advisor, so again, this is just my opinion, not advice. I believe, though, with financial advisors, I think they like it that way for them, and this is nothing against them as well. But the confusion is what gives them business, because if you don't know what to do with your money or how you want to take withdrawals, you have to go to an expert. And there is plenty of information out there that you can figure this stuff out on your own if you wanted to. But it's a matter of taking the time to do it, and many of us don't want to do that. It's easier to go ask somebody and pay to have the advice. And I'm not against that. If it's that important to you and that's the situation you're in, then by all means, go get the right advice from the right person. I'm not offering that here anyway. I just think it's a very confusing atmosphere out there for people that are going to retire or in retirement. And even the retirees that I've talked to since they've retired aren't any more informed than us. Right? They're still trying to find the answers to a lot of questions. One of the questions I've got for the people in my retirement situation is that I've asked over and over again is, why do I have to wait for the company to put the right numbers in for us to get the right pension we have coming when it should be electronically done? It should be easy to say, the calculator changed to this number, take this number times years of service. Can you imagine, if you will, if you had to go to a Social Security guy and say, can you tell me what my Social Security is going to be exactly? And they're like, well, it'll take us a few days to track it down. We got to check your years of service. We got to check how many years you made, how much money. No, they don't do that. It's electronic. It's digital. For Christ's sakes, you can go on and use the Social Security Administration's own site to get a very, very close estimate of what your number is going to be. It should be that easy for everything, but it's not. And they make it confusing on purpose. So again, I think my advice would be, if I was giving advice, which I'm not because this is just for entertainment purposes, obviously, is that I would narrow down the situation to where, what do I really want out of my pension, or out of my retirement? How much do I need? What's my budget say I need? what's the best way to make that money run and last as long as possible. Those are the key things that everybody worries about the most, is running out of money. So find out how to make your money last as long as possible. I think that's one of the reasons too that the most popular blend for investments at this retirement age is the 60-40 with stocks and bonds, because it's simple, it's easy, and it's pain-free to set up, and you're done. You don't have to do a bunch of research. You can let your 401k go to the same stocks and bonds that you're probably already using. Anyway, hope this helps you a little bit. Narrow down what's really important to you and make sure you find the option that fits that the best. That's the only thing I can really suggest anybody do. And do some trial and error, run some numbers. It's not hard to run numbers, and you don't need an expert to do that for you. There's plenty of good sites out there with calculators that can do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.